All smart and looking.
How's your hair? Looking good? Lovely.
Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another exploration, and I'm joined as ever, well not as ever, but today I'm joined by the wonderful Matthew Holdsworth. Hello Matthew.
Hi Richard.
Now, if we move this way, there may be, to those avid viewers, a familiar backdrop. There may be also
A helicopter.
an annoying helicopter flying overhead.
Yes.
Yes, and quite
low.
I thought that was going to be a Chinook, but it's not.
No, it's not.
It's just an ordinary, but loud. Anyway, you can't see it, sadly, just as well. But behind us is a grotto.
Yes.
And a staircase.
Yes.
Matthew, for those that have no idea and those that can't remember, where the hell are we and what are we up to?
We're on the Deepdene Trail.
Yes.
Which is part of some old gardens. That there used to be a big house that's just behind the camera. Also used to be where I used to work.
Oh yes, that's right.
You only travel.
And in our last video we came here and it was the first time you'd seen it exposed.
It was, and all this had been hidden away.
Yes.
And sort of buried under rhododendrons and goodness knows what.
I'll put a link at the end to the previous video of this in the sequence that we're doing.
Definitely worth a watch.
We should also add that this is a sort of on our way but a slight diversion of the Greensand Way that you may have seen us following.
Yes.
But the Greensand Way sort of passes this area.
It does, yes. We've done about 6 miles of it since last October. So
There we go. We're slow, we're like tortoises.
we'll
aren't we?
get there eventually.
Yes. So what's the plan today?
Well, the plan is today is to go up to the go up those steps. There used to be a temple on the top apparently.
Oh right.
Which was removed in the 50s. But then there's a big avenue of trees down there, and then we're going to go to a mausoleum.
Lovely.
Which was a mausoleum that was for an 8-year-old boy who passed away. Who was the youngest son of the Mr. Hope who lived at Deepdene.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's crack on, shall we?
Let's go.
How many steps do you think there are?
94. That's what I'm going with.
You're going for 94. All right. I'm going to say 97. Not quite 100.
Well, not quite 100. An odd number.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's go and
have a-
venture up and count
Yes.
them. So, 1, 2, 3.
12, 13, 115.
Wait, 115?
115.
What did I say? I said 114, didn't I?
I was definitely 116, I think.
No,
No.
you were 93 and
94.
I was 90.
No, you were 94, I was 97. No.
Well, you can rewind and see what we
Yeah.
originally said, but we're both out.
We are, yes.
So that was quite deceptive.
It was. That was more steps than I was expecting.
Anyway, we're halfway through the video and all we've done is climbed up some
Exactly,
steps.
yep.
However, we get a lovely view here, sort of interrupted by these beautiful beech trees, and
Yes.
then to our right, where we're going,
It's a lovely avenue of beech trees.
Ooh.
That was looks like they were replanted after the hurricane, because I reckon they're about 30 years old.
yeah. So it's interesting to see what a beech tree of 30 years old looks like, because often when you're out and about and you're trying to guess an age, if you've got the hurricane of 87,
Yeah.
and you can say, well, that was 30 years ago,
32
2
years,
years
ago.
ago.
But it'll probably take them a year or two to replant.
Oh yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Clever soul you are. Yeah, so that's quite nice to have that as a reference. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go and have
Let's
a
go
look.
and have a look. Yeah.
Oh look, there's a sign.
There's a useful sign.
A
yes.
useful sign. And of course, the beech trees are all here. They look splendid. That
Yep.
30-year-old beech tree, and the avenue you were talking about.
Yes. Which was here, I think, for a good couple of 100 years, and I think so. These are obviously replacement ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this sign tells us something we forgot to mention.
We did. There was a temple just over there, just at the top of the steps, that fell into disrepair. Was demolished in the 50s, I think.
The temple was what by Mr. Hope, who
It was Mr. Hope who did all the gardens.
It's not like an Egyptian temple or anything like
No,
that.
no, not sort of a big Roman temple or
No.
something. But I think it was sort of Greek in design.
Oh right,
by the
yes.
looks of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a nice throwback.
You
It's
know,
a shame it's gone.
It is a shame it's gone, but there's a lot of the garden that has survived.
And that's
miraculously,
yeah.
actually.
So we're going to carry on down towards the mausoleum, which is there's a sign there,
There's a
isn't there?
sign that way, and actually we're on the Greensand Way.
Are we?
Yes,
Oh!
we're on the Greensand Way. Would you
Link the
believe?
Greensand Way in. So
Yes.
let's go and explore a bit more then.
Yes.
Well, Matthew, We've come out from that wonderful avenue of trees
We certainly have.
to take in
Well, this is meant to be a viewing point here.
Oh, is it?
Lovely view.
Well, it's nice and high up, but
It is, yes.
somewhat obliterated by these rather beautiful oak trees.
Some really lovely oak trees.
There are some, and then the rest of the view is also obliterated, which is a bit of a shame. You just get a sense of, what would you suppose that is? Is that the...
That's actually looking, I think, over to sort of Betchworth Quarry. In fact, it's got it might be the top of Reigate Hill because it's got a tall tower, TV tower.
There we are. So we're just taking this little diversion because this isn't actually getting us to the mausoleum.
No.
But there was a second house, wasn't there? We
Yes.
saw a board.
We've seen a board, and there was a house called Chart Park, and I think it was at the bottom of the hill just down there, that was then bought by the person who owned Deepdene House,
Mr. Hope.
Mr. Hope, who then decided in the 1840s, I think, he didn't need it anymore, so he just demolished it and used it for building material.
Funny, you know, if you had two homes these days, you'd rent it out, do it as an
Yeah.
Airbnb. You wouldn't demolish it, would
Just
you?
demolish it, but he kept the parkland,
Yes.
and it's now part of Dorking's Golf Club.
Ah, well, there you go.
So we
All
go.
right, for those golf swingers.
Yes.
However, that's not got us to the mausoleum.
It hasn't yet, no.
Well, Matthew, we have arrived at the mausoleum.
We certainly
And
have.
In fact, one of the chaps there from the Friends of Deepdene, David, has been working very hard
Indeed.
in the area.
He has.
Just passing some old brickwork here, which...
I think this was part of the brickwork for the sides of the mausoleum when they restored it. So this is some of the old stuff.
So let's go and have a look at it
Yeah.
and the restore stuff. Hello, David.
Morning, chaps.
Nice to see you again. Hard at work, which is good to know.
Yes.
Here it is. Wow, look at this. And it looks like we're very lucky because we can step inside because the gates here ordinarily are locked. And in fact, we'll let you into a little secret here because just as we were about to do the filming, David there, who we just said hello to, did ask us if we wanted to go inside.
Yeah.
I've never been in the mausoleum,
I
have
don't
you?
think I have, no.
So that was going to be the highlight of the video. Unfortunately, best laid plans, here is a padlock which David did know the number to,
Yeah.
but struggle as he might to unlock it.
It wasn't going to go.
And he believes that vandals who've tried to get in have superglued it up, which is a bizarre thing.
It's a very odd thing to have to come here with glue,
Yes,
I think.
and prevent the people who are trying to make this into a place of beauty again, because it was at one time it filled in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was buried up to the sort of the gable, wasn't it?
Oh yes, that's right. And there's some pictures to show, and they've done a lot of this restoration work. You referred to the wall earlier.
Yes.
Just now.
Yeah, you can see where they've had some replacement stuff. And as I now know, it's Portland stone.
Portland stone,
Yes.
the very best of white stones.
It is, I think. Yes.
So this wall here has been repaired.
Yes.
Right to the top, and the
And
on
this
the
one
opposite
as well.
side,
Yeah.
which is so it now looks pretty much as it once did.
I think so, and it's all been cleared up around because obviously it got very overgrown and
Yeah.
got filled in by the Borough Council back in the 60s.
Back on purpose.
On purpose.
Just to prevent vandalisation.
Yes, which is one way of doing it, I suppose.
And these gates, they're not the original gates, but have been recently made or fashioned or forged by a blacksmith
Yeah.
to the original design.
Yes.
So it does look rather splendid, but what a shame we can't actually take you inside.
Can't. No, never mind. But it's been good to actually just get this far. I think.
Yeah.
Actually, to have a look inside.
This has been very interesting, and the whole place is interesting. And if you've not been to the Deepdene area, then do go because there's lots of different
There
trails.
is. I would definitely recommend it. Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is a little bit away from the rest of it.
Yes, you do go past a golf course to get down here, which you might think, oh, we're out of the area.
But it's quite well signposted, and there are maps and things that you can get, and there's even an app. There's a Deepdene Trail app.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every now and again on the posts, yes, there's information, little information sheets that you can pick up. So if you're in the area of Dorking, it's well worth having a look.
Certainly is.
We will next be back on the Greensand Way.
We certainly will. Yes.
So look out for that next time we go exploring. But for now, from here on the Deepdene Trail at the Hope Mausoleum, which we should say was set up for originally
Little boy.
the little boy, the son of Lord Hope, Henry, I think
I
it
think
was.
it's Henry. He died when he was 7 or 8. I think they were on the Grand Tour in Italy. and he took him back
Why
here.
didn't we go on the Grand Tour?
The Grand Tour would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we
Let's
should have
go.
done the Grand Tour. It's a bit more adventurous. Anyway,
Yes.
don't
Next
forget
time.
to follow, like and subscribe, become a patron, all the usual, and we'll see you on the next time, on the next one. Thank you so much. Till then,
Cheers.
cheers Matthew, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.